let's take the same principle now of the functional feet and go into a step up. So now with the step up, I have the ability to do traditional step ups, different heights, different planes of motion, and I can travel different distances. So I can have a long step up, so I'm going more in ranges of motion. So that's how we change the three-dimensionality of it, okay? So do I want to just stick with one bench and play with one bench? So if I move this out, do I want to just use a certain height? So I step up and back down, and then do a different plane and back down. Different plane of motion, back down, up and down, and up and down. So I can create an actual sequence of planes of motion using the same level or same height. So my height doesn't change, but I can use the plane of motion or the direction of my triangulation. So I go frontal plane, I can go an uncommon frontal plane, transverse plane where I open an external rotation, transverse plane, more internal rotation. I can go right from there into a sagittal plane, and then I can actually change the distance. So if I can do the same thing, maybe start close, and then from there, go into a little farther distance. So now I'm changing the triangulation and using a different range of motion. Meaning I'm going more to mid or in ranges of motion. So that's a step up. Now, depending on who my client is, that's more the random, I can use different step ups. So I can step up backwards, which can be a really good one. Just make sure the client's prepared for that and ready for that, because it will place different stresses through the front line as I step up backwards and come through, especially down through the quad knee. Okay, but stepping up backwards can be a great one. Just make sure you've done some good mobilizers to help that person get into that position. Okay, so I can step up backwards, and then I can step up the front, come here, and then I can start changing how I orientate myself with different step-ups. So you can create patterns, like if you were in a half pipe, okay? So you can use different step-up motions for different planes of motion, change the speed relative to who your client is. So you have all these variances. I can step up forward, step up backward, step up forward, step up backward. So I have frontal plane, and obviously I can flip that and turn it around. So this leg gets the tall one, this leg gets the smaller one. I can do uncommon. Uncommon just means that I'm basically crossing over or doing something that wouldn't typically be done. Okay? So I have that variance within my little playground in my box. So just using common things you would see in a club or a gym or an environment, a bench and some Reebok steps. You can use any various sizes of benches or stepping devices, it doesn't matter. You can use bricks, you can use tires, you can use a Bosu ball, you can use a core board, you can use whatever implement you have to step up on, just make sure it fits the client, okay? So that's kind of a step up variation.